After an unprecedented wave of destructive hurricanes, members of Congress are trying to pick up the pieces. The House approved a $36.5 billion disaster aid package last week, but some in the Senate say that number isn't going to cut it.
We're working with Texas and California and now, obviously in Florida to try to amend the disaster package.
Florida Senator Marco Rubio is fighting for additional funds for Puerto Rico and for Florida's citrus industry. Over 400,000 acres of citrus production were affected by Hurricane Irma in September. Florida provides 60% of the nation's orange juice.
Agriculture and some other issues were really hit hard in Florida, and those have to be accounted for. The current bill is not acceptable, the one that came over from the House.
If the aid isn't in this bill, the Florida Republican says the prospect of assistance down the road isn't likely.
That's why I think we need to get it now. We should not be sitting around saying, we'll do it later, don't worry, we promise you we're going to get to it in a couple of months. That's what I'm not optimistic about happening.
State lawmakers made formal funding requests earlier this month. Florida asked for $27 billion, while Texas is asking for $18.7 billion for help with the recovery.
We're not asking for any more expressions of sympathy. We need specifics and a specific commitment to follow through on Texas's demonstrated need for assistance.
Texas Senator John Cornyn says if Congress doesn't act soon, FEMA could run out of money by October 23rd. In a passionate speech on the Senate floor this week, Cornyn made it clear how serious the situation is.
The Texas families that have been out of their homes since Hurricane Harvey hit can't afford to wait much longer. The people who've lost their mode of transportation as a result of this flood and this hurricane can't afford to wait much longer.
Lawmakers in both chambers of Congress will need to come to an agreement on how much additional funding is needed before the bill heads to the president's desk. In Washington, Samantha-Jo, News 13.